There was a statue that was tried for murder, and it was found guilty. The story of how this statue was tried for murder is one of those ancient tales that sounds too wild to be true. So what exactly happened? Well, this story begins in ancient Greece and revolves around Theagenes of Thasos. He was born around the 5th century BC on the Greek island of Thasos and became famous for being one of the greatest athletes in ancient Greece. This guy didn't just win 1 or 2 events, he crushed the competition in boxing, pancration, and even long distance races. He won over 1,300 victories in various games across the Greek world, including the prestigious Olympic and Pythian Games. He was the real deal. Because he was such a legend, the people of Thasos made a bronze statue in his honor. And we're not talking about a small garden statue. This was a full-size, glorious bronze monument standing in a public space where people could admire their local hero. But as great as the man was, it's his statue where the story gets really crazy. See, here's where things take a weird turn. The statue of Theagenes stood proudly in Thasos for years. People came to admire it, maybe even whisper a prayer or two before a big sports match, but not everyone was a fan. See, according to ancient stories, one man really hated the statue. Why? Well, he had been beaten by Theagenes in the past, probably more than once, and clearly he was not over it. So this guy would go to the statue at night and punch it. Yes, you heard that right. He was so bitter that he kept punching a bronze statue to get revenge. And one night, the statue apparently had enough. It toppled over and crushed him to death. Now, normally you'd think that the town would say, hey, maybe don't fight statues. But no, the people of Thasos actually decided that the statue should be tried for murder. Yeah, they put the inanimate statue on trial like it's Law and Order. And, well, it was found guilty. And it's the punishment which gets even weirder. See, they threw the statue into the sea. That's right, they punished the statue by tossing it into the ocean like it was some kind of cursed artifact. Which, to be fair, it kinda was at this point, because things started going downhill for the people of Thasos. Crops failed, storms rolled in, and they faced all kinds of bad luck. Naturally, they believed that they were cursed, because obviously upsetting a statue of a legendary athlete was a big no-no in ancient times. So what did they do? Well, they had a change of heart. The people decided that maybe, just maybe, it hadn't been the best idea to treat their hometown hero's statue like a criminal, and so they sent divers into the sea to recover it and bring it back to the city. And once restored, the statue was placed back in the proper spot, and the city's luck reportedly began to turn around and become normal again. And so, in the end, the statue of Theagenes became even more famous, not for honoring the legendary athlete, but for being part of one of ancient Greece's strangest sort of courtroom dramas. And it's a story that showed that the Greeks would trial anyone and anything they believed to have caused a crime. And so, if you enjoyed this weird short story about ancient Greece, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more short and long stories about ancient history.